Hey, Coach Weaver here to help you give you some tips or anything I think that can help your business. So really what I'm doing on these is just speaking openly and answering a question I might have been asked during the day or the week, and it's something I think all of you can benefit from. So one of the questions I just got asked was, when is it time to get a virtual assistant? And I think that's going to be something that differs for everybody. I know for me, I use several for different things, for graphic design, for scavenging and kind of doing, we call it scraping, Craigslist and things like that for potential opportunities. But what I would use if I were in your shoes and I were starting out, especially if I worked a 9-to-5 job, look, you don't want to do what we call MWAs, minimum wage activities. You want to hand that to someone that's grateful for the work. These virtual assistants, many of them from the Philippines and India, when you hire them, they need the money. And so you can pay them, generally it's going to cost you $3.50, $4 an hour for data input and stuff like that. You get into graphic design or, some of the higher level stuff, accounting, you're going to pay a lot more per hour. But for simple data scraping and, stuff that you need during the day, you can actually teach a virtual assistant to do it. So you can teach a virtual assistant how to make offers on your behalf. You just make sure they have a proof of funds. You have them do some, what we call data scraping off of Craigslist, off of Zillow. And what you do is, so you go to Upwork.com and they have thousands of virtual assistants, and you put kind of an ad out there, looking for a virtual assistant that does A, B, and C. And different people will reach out to you and say, hey, I'd really like to do that. And what you're looking for is a virtual assistant with experience that is looking to add some extra hours to their load. And I mean, we have one right now that can make offers, that's very, very familiar with our MLS, and she's in the Philippines, which is really cool. So they can do some of that work while you're in your job, and you get home and you have some people to call. You have possibly some offers made. That's what I would do. That's when I would use a virtual assistant. If I were working a 9-to-5 job, maybe hire one for 2 hours a day. It's going to cost you $8, 5 days a week, $40 a week. But they're doing what you want to do in this business, but you're tied up. So it kind of releases you from that time. And I would pay someone $3, $4 an hour any day of the week to do the things that I don't want to do. And that, remember, you get one deal, it completely makes up for it. So anything you want them to do that you don't have time, I would hire a virtual assistant. And I would do that right away once you learn how to make offers and look for deals. So learn how to prospect. Obviously, they can't hang signs for you or anything like that. But you can hire the local high school kid that got his driver's license. Make sure you do an independent contractor's agreement. Make sure they have insurance, and make sure you have in that agreement that you're not responsible for them getting in any wrecks because they're not paying attention. So you want to make sure you do that. But they can hang signs for you. It's so much more valuable for you to have the time necessary to follow up and make the calls that they're not equipped to do. Like, I wouldn't have a virtual assistant necessarily do follow-up calls for me because that's my gift. But I definitely would have them get the information for me so that I could make those calls. So hopefully that helps you out. Again, Upwork.com, UPWORK.com. It's a great place to find virtual assistants. A lot of people talk about Fiverr. Fiverr is very protective of you getting their information and hiring them outside of Fiverr. Upwork, Freelancer.com. I think it's Freelancer or Freelancers.com. Outbounders.com is great if you want them doing a calling campaign. Those people are trained to actually make calls for you, so that's another good one if you have leads. So those are some of the ways you can hire virtual assistants in your business, but I would do that as soon as you have the basics down, and that will increase the odds of you getting a deal. All right, this is Coach Weaver with your tip of the day. Hey, you guys, I'll see you on the flip side.